15 doctors at the hospital couldn't save the billionaire. Yet, while machines beeped, monitors flashed warnings, and the country's most respected specialists muttered in despair, a teenage girl holding a mop bucket in the corridor could already see what none of them recognized. Her name was Maya. She was 14, the daughter of Rosa, a janitor who worked endless night shifts cleaning the hospital's sterile hallways. To most people there, Maya was just the cleaner's kid. A shadow, invisible. But what those people never imagined was that Maya's mind was as sharp as glass, absorbing every discarded medical book, every overheard discussion, every detail of the hospital routines. For 3 years, as her mother scrubbed floors, Maya memorized knowledge the world tried to keep away from her. And now, standing outside the private suite of billionaire Charles Harrington, the man whose fortune had shaped cities yet couldn't protect him from mysterious illness, Maya's eyes narrowed. Something about his decline wasn't just tragic. It was suspicious. She saw patterns where others saw chaos. Inside, Dr. Howard pounded his fist on the bed rail. Another round of antivirals. Triple the dose. We don't have time. But his liver, another physician cautioned. Do it, snapped Dr. Howard, arrogance boiling over. 15 of the top doctors surrounded Harrington, tossing theories like confetti, rare syndromes, exotic infections, bizarre neurological conditions. Their lab coats gleamed, their diplomas had golden seals. But every minute the billionaire's pulse grew weaker. Maya gripped her mop handle like it was a weapon. She whispered to her mother, "They're treating the wrong thing." Rosa shushed her. "Hush, Maya. Don't even think of speaking. We stay invisible so we can keep these jobs. That's how we survive." But Maya couldn't silence the surge in her chest. During the past 2 weeks, when Harrington had first arrived in that suite, she had noticed every change, every symptom, every careless shift between medications. And unlike the doctors, she wasn't blinded by assumptions. Maya devoured anatomy manuals scavenged from recycling bins, borrowed pharmacology pages left unattended by interns, and read until sunrise in the cleaning closet. If someone had tested her on neural pathways or toxicology, she would have outscored half the residents on staff. But to these men in expensive suits and displaced arrogance, she was no more than the girl with a mop. Her mother tugged her sleeve. "Come on, Maya. Stop staring." But Maya's eyes refused to budge. Something was happening to Charles Harrington that didn't fit the doctor's stories, and the moment she realized it, her heart hammered against her ribs. Hours passed. Treatment stacked like bricks, useless and heavy. Harrington's skin grew ashen. His eyes flickered with confusion. His trembling worsened. The doctors paced and argued. Each failure only inflated their pride, as his stubbornness could resurrect him. In the hall, Maya knelt by her cleaning cart. She whispered, "It isn't a virus. It isn't his brain. It's poisoning." The word leaked from her lips like a spark in darkness. She remembered an older case she'd studied from a misplaced autopsy report that had fallen into the trash bin 3 years back. Symptoms identical to Harrington's: tremors, cognitive decline, seizures. Yet all neurological scans normal. That patient had died of toxic exposure, his bloodstream riddled with heavy metals. And it struck Maya. Every treatment the doctors gave only accelerated the decline. They weren't curing him. They were helping the poison spread. Inside the conference room, the top 15 specialists bickered. "If we can't stabilize soon, transfer to Europe." "No," Howard barked. "If the world discovers 15 of us failed, our reputations are finished." Those words pricked Maya's ears. Not about saving Harrington, about reputations. Pride above life. She clenched her fists. That arrogance, she knew, was deadlier than the poison. That night, while cleaning the ventilation shaft near the suite, she pressed her ear to the metal duct. Their voices vibrated through. Every plan they drew only spiraled further from the truth. Meanwhile, Harrington's monitor screamed in agony. Maya's hands trembled. She told herself, "I have to make them listen." But how does a janitor's daughter stand against 15 godlike doctors? Her mother caught her staring again. "Maya," she warned, "promise me you won't get involved." Maya's lips quivered. "If I stay invisible, someone dies. If I speak, At least maybe someone lives. The next morning, when Harrington collapsed into violent convulsions, Maya couldn't hold back. She stepped into a room crowded with doctors and nurses. Her voice sliced through the chaos. "Stop giving him antivirals. You need to check for mercury poisoning." It was as if a pin had dropped in a cathedral. All heads turned. A janitor's daughter was speaking. Dr. Howard sneered. "Who let this child in? Get her out." Maya raised her chin, heart thundering. Progressive tremors, dilated pupils, cognitive lapses, normal MRI scans. Exactly like the Patterson case 3 years ago. Howard barked a laugh. "She thinks she's read a textbook." "Security." Maya pressed forward. "You're killing him with the wrong treatment. If you don't test for toxins, especially mercury, he'll be gone before the night ends." Her mother rushed in, face flushed in terror. "I'm sorry." She doesn't know what she's saying. But Maya's eyes were steel. "I do, and I can prove it." The doctor scoffed, muttered insults, and demanded her removal. But among the crowd, a young resident, Dr. Lena Park, hesitated. She remembered nights when she too had been overlooked, dismissed as too green. Something in Maya's unflinching certainty unsettled her. Later, as Maya cleaned near the library, Lena approached. "You were bold back there." Maya whispered, "I wasn't guessing. Look." She pulled a worn notebook from her cart, filled with meticulous handwriting, diagrams, and case studies she had copied over the years. "He has heavy metal poisoning. Watch the pattern." Lena flipped through, astonished by the precision. "How did you?" "Because I'm invisible. No one notices when I learn." Lena chewed her lip. "If you're right, we need proof." "Then help me," Maya urged. "Check his personal products. Toothpaste, lotion, anything that enters his body daily. That's how toxins slip in without detection." Lena's eyebrows shot upward. The theory was wild, but the details matched what she'd seen. Against her fear, she nodded. "Okay, but if they catch us..." "They won't. I do this every night." Together they crept into Harrington's private bathroom. Maya lifted bottles with latex-gloved hands, scanning every detail. And then she froze. A half-used tube of imported toothpaste shimmered, with metallic gleam nearly invisible. She scraped a bit onto a sterile slide. A faint silver sheen caught the fluorescent light. Her pulse quickened. "This is it." "They'll never believe you," Lena whispered. "They don't need to believe me. They just need to run the test." When they presented the sample, Dr. Howard erupted. "Enough! This is absurd. Mercury poisoning? From toothpaste? Ridiculous. Throw this out." But other doctors, worn thin by failure, murmured uneasily. Lena spoke firmly. "Better ridiculous than dead. If she's wrong, the test is negative. If she's right, we're second from preventing a murder." For the first time, Howard stammered. The possibility hovered too sharply to ignore. They sent the sample for expedited testing. For the next 2 hours, the hospital air was heavy with unspoken dread. Harrington's heartbeat scraped along the edge of death while Maya paced outside, whispering, "Please, let the truth finally count." When the results arrived, silence swallowed the room. Positive, lethal concentrations of organic mercury. Exactly as Maya had said. The doctors' faces drained of color. The invincible specialists had been blind. The janitor's daughter had seen what nobody else could. But Maya wasn't finished. She cradled her notebook like armor. "You must ask who had accessed his products. This isn't just illness. It's deliberate." Gasps rang out. Words like attempted murder rippled through. Suspicion turned to panic. Maya displayed her phone, filled with quietly snapped photos from weeks of unnoticed observation. "I saw patterns. Visitors before each episode. The same person delivers the same bag of organic supplies every time, his ex-wife, Veronica." Dozens of eyes shifted to the doorway. At that very moment, Veronica swept in with a rehearsed smile and another glossy shopping bag. "Darling, I brought your favorite health products." Maya stepped forward. "No, you brought poison." The bag slipped, bottles clattering to the tile. Veronica's mask cracked. Her knuckles whitened around the strap. "What nonsense is this?" Maya's voice was calm, unshakable. I recorded your visits. The timing lines up with his seizures. You're a chemist by trade. You know better than anyone how organic mercury attacks the body invisibly. You counted on doctors' pride to blind them, but you didn't count on someone invisible who sees everything. Veronica faltered. For the first time, the billionaire's guards moved forward. Dr. Howard's jaw clenched as the police were summoned. And still, the sound that filled the room wasn't just alarm. It was respect. The respect they refused to grant a girl because of her age, her race, her janitor's upbringing. Harrington's treatment was shifted immediately. Within days, his trembling ease, his mind cleared, his color returned. By week's end, the headlines blare across every newspaper. Teen janitor's daughter saves billionaire, exposes murder plot. University's extended scholarship offers. Maya, once shoved into corners, was pulled into the light of cameras. Reporters begged for interviews. They called her the invisible genius. Her mother wept the day Harrington himself arrived at their modest apartment, gratitude pouring from his lips. You saved me when 15 doctors failed, he said. For that, I owe you everything. And he announced a foundation, a $100 million scholarship fund for underprivileged prodigies hidden in society's blind spots. Its first recipient, Maya. But what stunned the hospital most came a few months later. Maya returned, not with mop and bucket, but with a white coat embroidered with her name, junior medical consultant, 14 years old. The same halls that had laughed at her now shifted aside in silence when she passed. Even Dr. Howard, once bursting with arrogance, approached her awkwardly. I misjudged you, he admitted. Maya tilted her chin gently. Everyone makes mistakes. The tragedy is when you let pride block the truth. And though she returned in a coat instead of cleaning clothes, Maya never forgot what it was like to be invisible. She often slipped into wards where nobody paid attention, whispering words of hope to other overlooked children. Don't underestimate yourself. I was invisible once too. And invisible doesn't mean powerless. Veronica Harrington, now disgraced and sentenced for attempted murder, stewed behind bars. Reporters asked her once if she regretted targeting her ex-husband. She muttered bitterly, I never even noticed the janitor's daughter. That line went viral, transformed into a rallying cry. Notice the invisible, because hidden among them are geniuses who see what nobody else does. And as Harrington's foundation lifted countless new voices, Maya embodied a lesson carved in every heart that had watched the drama unfold. That genius, justice, and brilliance do not come wrapped in wealth or titles. They can walk hidden in hospital halls, pushing a mop, unseen until the moment their light illuminates everything. The hospital could never deny it again. Genius has no uniform, no color, no permission slip. And Maya proved it. Sometimes, the one society overlooks will save not just a life, but legacy. And somewhere deep inside the hospital corridors, amid echoes of laughter and arrogance long silenced, Maya's footsteps rang, steady and certain. What 15 renowned doctors had missed, the daughter of a janitor had caught because invisibility had become her superpower. And now, the world would never again forget her name. If this story has moved you, if it reminds you that brilliance can come from the most unexpected places, remember Maya. And remember that behind every ignored face may live an unrecognized genius waiting for a chance.